Let's head home again. An Auckland family is vowing to carry on the battle for justice for a woman believed to have been one of this country's youngest victims of a rare asbestos-related cancer. Diana Trevethan died in December from mesothelioma, a cancer found in those who've been exposed to toxic asbestos dust. She was just 45. Anne-Marie May has the story.
In October 2015, Diana Trevethan was diagnosed with mesothelioma and initially responded well to chemotherapy. When that stopped working in January last year, her family fundraised through Give a Little so she could access the cancer treatment drug Keytruda. That too stopped working last October, and Diana Trevethan died early in December. Her sister-in-law Angela Calvert says following the initial diagnosis the family were advised to put in a claim because most mesothelioma cases arise from workplace exposure to asbestos and are covered by ACC. However, she says Diana had never worked in such an environment and her only link with asbestos was through her father's job as an electrician, a profession now recognised as having been exposed to workplace asbestos decades ago. It is believed she may have developed mesothelioma as a result of inhaling asbestos fibres from her father's clothing when she hugged him as a child. Angela Calvert says Diana also regularly accompanied her father to jobs on building sites in the school holidays.
She would play with the offcuts, she would help him clean up, stuff like that, as you do as a little kid. If it was raining, make a dam with all of the offcuts. Dee was a bit of a tomboy as a child, and she used to like going to work with Dad.
The lawyer taking the case, Beatrix Woodhouse, says it was clear Diana Trevethan could not claim under ACC's work-related provisions as the asbestos exposure occurred when she was quite young. She says about 95% of mesothelioma cases arise from inhaling asbestos fibres, and the court case will consider whether Diana Trevethan could have claimed compensation as a result of accidental inhalation.
The parties are in consensus that there was inhalation of asbestos at some point. It's just working out whether this inhalation will satisfy the provision of the Act that we're bringing the case forward under.
Meanwhile, Angela Calver says Diana Trevethan's father would have been covered by ACC if he had developed mesothelioma, and they just want the same coverage extended to her. She points out ACC was set up to be a no-fault insurer.
So do your job. Be our no-fault insurer. It was no fault of Deanna's that she swallowed these things. It wasn't known back then just how dangerous it was. And part of the reason that ACC was formed was to stop the lottery effect and the suing like happens in the US.
Angela Calver says the battle to fund Diana Trevethan's treatment was very stressful and they don't want another family to suffer in the same way. ACC was approached but declined to comment while the case is before the court. A hearing is likely to take place later this year. For Checkpoint, Anne-Marie May.